Mahir Turki is in his element. Hundreds have responded to his call to protest against violence on the streets of Malmo, concerned parents among them. But there are also some who the Swedish police consider part of the city's criminal milieu.
Will you continue to be silent? I can't hear you.
Malmo is in shock. In November, two 15-year-olds were gunned down. One of them died. The other went to the hospital with 10 gunshot wounds. Turki, who was born in Lebanon, was once a serious offender and spent years in prison. He turns to the parents, full of anger.
You say to your children, go to school, but you yourself are criminals. Why shouldn't they become criminals as well?
Mahir Turki wants to break this vicious circle. No to Crimes is the name of the organization he founded. Volunteers go to schools, give lectures, and talk to parents. They also looked after the injured 15-year-old who wanted help getting off the street.
We've successfully persuaded a number of young people to report to social services or the police. But they work too slowly. We also persuaded some to change their lifestyle. Success is therefore possible.
And yet there are explosions in southern Sweden's metropolis almost weekly, like in front of this residential building downtown. Malmo residents are horrified.
It's horrible. What can I say?
Soon it'll be like in Syria. There's almost no difference.
Malmo police have received reinforcements from all over Sweden. Despite a fall in overall numbers of crimes, the police chief admits that brutality is increasing. That's why he's planning roundtable discussions with young people at risk.
At these discussions, police and prosecutors make it clear what sentences they could expect. But we may also have a mother with us who has lost a son and tells of her grief. A social worker is also present and explains what alternatives are available to them when they get out.
Friends of the shooting victims are placing candles and flowers at the scene. They too come from immigrant families. One of them is ready to talk to us. She apportions some of the blame to the Swedish police and authorities.
People who live here don't feel protected. The police better not show up here. If a 15-year-old can be shot in the middle of town and a woman holding a baby can be shot in the head, it means it's getting worse. It'll get even worse if nothing is done.
Mahir Turki wants to do something about it. He comes here every day to talk with young people and adults. He's stunned that victims and offenders are getting ever younger.
Next time it could be either of us, when we're at the wrong place at the wrong time. These youngsters don't respect anything. They don't care about their own fate. So why should they care about others?
The police remain in sight. They fear that the war in Malmo streets could escalate further after this murder. Many politicians believe that Sweden's integration policy has failed and demand a tougher stance, especially in education policy.
And we have been naive instead of understanding that we have to help them through school. The best thing we can do for them is to help them to get a good education and to get into the employment market.
The injured boy's brother is attending Mahir Turki's protest rally. He doesn't want to hear anything about revenge in front of the cameras. But Mahir Turki has had enough of empty promises. As a first step, he demands the surrender of all guns.
You can't say stop shooting, but you can keep your guns. So we should quickly find a way for these people to surrender their weapons without fear of prosecution.
But would that make Malmo's streets safer? Many Swedes are in doubt. Mahir Turki still has some convincing to do.